Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to my channel. Different video today. I'm asking for some help. Uh, I've been in touch with Midland Helicopters. I haven't really got anything back from them. I've been in touch with the Line T-Rex. Said they'll phone me back. I haven't got anything from them. So I've joined the Facebook page for Align T-Rex Helicopters. Now this is an Align 600E Pro. It flies on 12S, so it's 50 volts. I bought it at the start of the year, second hand, of a fellow club member who didn't fly it. He was sort of collecting them and he didn't actually fly it. So when I first got it, it had a Spartan flybarless unit in it, which I couldn't. I mean, I'm new. This was my first venture into flybarless. I mean, I've got loads of helicopters. I mean, these are all my helis up on my wall. Got an old. So these kind of, as my Robbie. I've got a lot of helicopters and I've been flying for a long, long time now. And I thought, well, it's about time I went into flybarless. So I bought this with a Spartan unit in it. And I couldn't get it set up, and I took it to a friend of mine and we couldn't get it to work. So I thought, well, the easiest thing is to buy BeastX, because everyone says they're easy to program, easy to work, and all that kind of thing. So I fly with quite an old transmitter. It's a Futaba 10C. I've had it a long while. I've actually just bought another one because I like them. You know, I could buy a more modern radio, but some of them don't work with the older receivers, blah, blah. Protocols are different, this, that and the other, and I'm happy with it. You know, it's a great transmitter. It is old, but it's never ever let me down. So we get back to this helicopter. I've got the Beast set up in here. I've got all Align servos, just what it came with. Flies on 12S. It did have a Lifey battery for the radio, but I didn't trust that. It seems to go flat really quickly. So I put a top of the range Castle Creations UBEC on it as well. But anyway, the problem I've got, can you see all them gears in front of you on the table? Well, every time I've flown it, after 3 to 4 minutes, it has stripped all the red gears. Okay? Sometimes it's the front bevel, like that. Sometimes it's that one. Rear ones, all stripped. Every one of these gears here are stripped. And the helicopter has crashed every time. Costing me kind of, you know, with all this sort of damage. This damage. Set of blades, what are they, 80 quid? That. Canopy trashed, you know. What's that? Another like 70 quid every time. Now, as I said, no one can tell me why my helicopter is doing this. Some saying it's the gear mesh, you know, too tight or too loose, but you cannot alter this gear mesh. It's a plug and play. This one fits in here like that, and then inside this, let's get this apart. Inside this, you have the gear that runs on the main gear and the bevel one. It goes in that way. Now, this is the gear that runs on it. It can't move. It can't move up and down. It's locked in to that position. So this goes in there, like that. It's screwed together with the other half. So you've got the two halves, like this, and they go together, clomp. And then this whole unit is locked in there. If you see, you've got these little lugs there. They lock into that part there. So when you put this in there, I'll put the other side on. So that's locked in there like that. And these two holes here are for the screws. So lock that together. Then this whole unit goes in here. Get it the right way around. This unit locates in there. All right, now that's solid in there, okay? So it cannot move. It doesn't matter if you push the boom up or down. I've got a guy saying to me, oh, you push the boom up or down. It won't make any difference to the gear mesh. The gear mesh is set. That is set in there like that. So nothing can change. The mesh is always perfect. Each time I build this, I build it like a Swiss watch. I go through the whole thing, and there's no playing that. You cannot adjust that gear. I still can't believe I've got guys saying to me the gear mesh is wrong. You cannot adjust that. It just fits in there, it's solid. This gear can't move, this gear can't move. Doesn't matter if you push a boom up and down, it can't move. But this is what I've got a problem with, this snapping these gears. Now, some saying I've got too much gain on the gyro, which I haven't. I've kind of done it as best I can to what I've done, you know, read the instructions to the beast, tried to sort of work that out. Bearing in mind, I'm still a newbie to this, but the gear mesh, it can't be the problem because it cannot move. This is how it is fitted in. Now, let's move these out of the way. I'm getting a good collection. I've also had the tail, you know, like one's throw as well. Now, I've been trying to find what the standard gearing is for this. I've got a friend of mine who's told me that this is not the standard gear setup. The auto rotation one is at 131, but this is a 112, and that's not a standard gear, nor is the hub. It's a KDE direct. So it's kind of, if it's over geared, I believe it is, or if it's under geared, maybe that's causing a problem. I think it should have a 118 main gear in it. So whether this is causing a problem like overspeeding the tail or something like that, but the auto rotation gear is original. And also, I've been told that the pinion gear, now mine's a 13. That's a 13 gear, and I've been told that should be a 14. So whether this is causing my problem with it over revving or under revving or whatever, I don't know. Most of my helicopters have got paddles on, and I just set them up as I've always done all my life, and I fly them. And I've never ever had a problem. I had a Nitro Pro before this, which never gave me any problem with paddles, flew time after time, and it had these plastic gears. It had them, I never broke them, never even wore them out, nothing. So I can't understand why this heli keeps doing it, and it keeps crashing. And it sort of breaks your heart every time, because you spend a lot of money on it, a lot of time. And I don't do any mad 3D, it was just a gentle sports flying. And I'm lucky to get 3 minutes. And then all of a sudden, the tail lets go and it just spins into the ground. Just last time I was doing it, it was just a stationary roll. And I held it inverted for a little while, and it went bang, and it just spiraled into the ground. Now, can any of you guys out there explain why this is doing that? I've had someone else say that I've had someone else say that the speed controller, the HV80, could be not set up right, and it could be pulsing. But we've gone through there and we checked the data login on it. We've sort of changed the timing a little bit, because we did put the timing down on it, and every time I went to idle 1 and idle 2, it just cut out on me. So we put the time back to how it was. And when you first go in the hover, it's absolutely beautiful. It's rock solid. The tracking is spot on, you know. And I did have a vibration problem, but when I changed the torque tube, it was fine. So the vibration has gone, but I still don't understand why I keep breaking gears. Some people are saying it's a control set up in this, like too much gain. But I mean, they're all set up 9 at 12 o'clock. The gain in my transmitter is very low in idle up 1 and 2. But I've noticed when I do a loop or a flip or I hold it inverted, the tail is jerking like it's working sort of overtime. And I don't know whether that's because the gears are stripping, because seconds after that, it goes in. As soon as I get that jerking, I have saved it once before. Well, it was sort of started jerking, and I got it down really quick, and all the gears were stripped. Can you understand that? I just don't, and that was with just one little loop and coming down. I really am at loss now, I've had it for months and months and months, and you think of the money that I paid out on it. Could it be this gear, the wrong gearing? I don't know. Could it be the tail servo playing up? I mean, I've got a brand new Savox that I was going to put in it. But that's what's in there at the moment, which is a DS655. All the others are DS615s, all top of the range stuff. There's my Ubec in there, Castle Creations Ubec. I don't know. I really sort of am at a loss with this heli. So if anyone out there has ever had this problem, because I can't find anyone. I say Midlands don't, the guy at Midlands, the manager supposedly, said to me, "Oh, you've been banging a tail on the ground." So, yeah, it's really helpful. I've got the proper tail assembly. All this is all balanced, it's all beautiful, everything works fine. New flybar shaft in there, feathering shaft rather. The two, where are we? These two arms, if I can find it, these two arms are bent, so I've got to change them. Maybe I'll get them as well. What's the other thing? Swash plate all looks kind of fair. I mean, they do, considering it's flybarless, it's a lot less bits to replace when it does go in, but it still is, it's the money side of it really. And when you spend all that time and you make a beautiful looking helicopter like I had, and it just goes in, it decides to want to break the gears on you and pirouette into the ground. And honestly, I just really can't find anything. I mean, all the tail gears, I've got new bearings that go in there. I've got all brand new bearings. I put the actual torque rod in there was brand new bearings. I glue the bearing onto the shaft. I measure it to get it in dead right place. Measure. Little tack of glue on there. Put a little bit of lubricant around the outside. Press it in. Goes in perfect. Some guys have said these fold over, but I've never had that. But, it's just so frustrating. I thought I'd just do a little video on here just to see if anyone knows why this is stripping gears like that. So I'm going to sign out with this one now, guys. It's a cry for help. I try and save my wallet, and I say it's such a lovely thing, and I've not had flybarless before. I've not even had a chance to sell it up, I start to sort of mess around rates and God knows what else, and then it just crashes. There's nothing I can do. So anyway, I will sign out now, and if anyone's got any idea, just drop me a line or whatever, and I'm going to buy new standard gears and their line hub if I can buy them. I mean, I don't know how this helicopter is, but things are getting scarce for it. I'll buy a new one of these, whether that's causing it, I don't know. I'll buy everything that I think may be. I mean, I don't know why. When that goes in there, it's just rock solid, it's just a really good design. So, that's it, guys. Hopefully, I'll see you in the next one, and I might get this flying. See you later, guys.